where are we with AI? I think it's the beginning of this idle, this lack of purpose, lack of working hard towards something. And like, man, the young generation is cooked. I mean,
I think we should just jump right in because this world is getting kind of crazy, man.
uh, I mean, you need a podcast to really talk about it, and
Yeah.
it's not just gonna be in one episode.
No, it will not. I mean, we got financial turmoil happening. We've got wars happening all over the world, and this
Man,
time we're not going to be scared to talk about those things. Before, I think I was a little immature with the podcast, and let's be honest, like uh, I didn't want to talk about some things, even though I felt like I did spiritually.
mm,
But now I think I'm in a better place. I feel like I'm more mature to talk about those things and have
come
more
on,
mature conversations about them.
come on.
Just because I think I have to now. We have to. It's
Yeah,
getting to a point to where the world's getting way too crazy to not talk about these things, and you know, if we're not going to talk about it, no one else is.
no one
So
else is. Yeah,
yeah,
and disclaimer: this is not AI. We are real human beings.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. See,
what you're
I
what
got
you're
I got fingers, you know.
what you're watching is not a portrayal of anything that's artificial. We are real human beings.
That's what
Uh,
an AI would say, Grant.
hey, you're right. You're right. The
That's what an
deception is
AI would.
crazy. The
That's
deception is
funny.
crazy.
I mean, where do we start? Like, I feel like AI is probably the best place to start. Like,
Yeah,
it's taking over. It's absolutely taken over, and especially in multiple industries. I know that Microsoft has been laying off several different thousand people. Like over the last course of the last couple of years, we've seen all the layoffs happening just because of the prominence of AI. And
yeah,
disclaimer, like I use AI. I like using it. I use it in my
yeah,
everyday job. Like it's a fantastic tool. It's huge productivity gain, but it's coming at a great cost.
absolutely. What scares me too is nowadays when we get our phones, which you really can't not have a smartphone in this generation. Like I live in an apartment. I can't get in unless I have a smartphone. I have the app on my phone that I can tap to open my door. If I don't have a smartphone, I can't get into my apartment. That was the first revelation that I had living at where I'm living at now. And then just the fact that our smartphones are programmed now with some type of AI. Gemini for me, I have a Google Pixel. Great tool, like you were saying. But bro, like it knows me better than I know myself.
That's
And
the
that's
scary part.
stored information from like the first time I've used it months ago that it still recalls.
So yeah, that's a great point. Like, where's AI at now? Like compared to what it was 5 years ago, like where the heck is it at now?
I mean, we were talking about this off stream where like you weren't using it as a tool to help what you were doing at the time, like with the podcast, and whatever else. I mean, have you whatever I was doing, I was not using AI, and like now, it's almost a part of everything that we do within our generation, right? And especially the new generation, like they are now literally being programmed to use AI as a tool. One day, being our little sidekick into all of our life's tasks. And it's just a beginning. It's just a beginning.
Well, let's see. That's the crazy thing, right? Like I teach psychology at a local college, and you know we have this disclaimer at the very beginning of the class, and we're like, hey, you like it says clearly in your syllabus like you can't use AI. But I straight up like I ask all the students the first day of class. I'm like, how many of you have encountered ChatGPT?
Mm.
Some of them are kind of reluctant because I'm the professor, and they're like, is he trying to trick me here? And it's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm trying to gauge where people are at, and everybody has encountered AI. Everybody's using it. Like 3 years
Great.
ago, nobody was really using it all that much,
No.
but now it's so freaking good. It's so freaking good that you can
Well,
use it to do whatever you want. You need a life task. You need to ask it some life advice. You need some financial questions. You need a program.
Therapy,
Therapy. It's got you. You need a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
bro.
It's freaking got you, bro.
Yeah,
Like, what is this crap? Like,
yeah.
everybody is using AI, and you're right. It's like it knows so much about you because it's gathering all this data.
Hmm.
And it's like at some point people lose the sense of themselves and lose the sense of reality because they're so deeply engaged in AI.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the scary part to me. It's like, are we gonna lose the ability to think at some point because we're so committed to AI?
Well, I can't help but go back spiritually in our roots, right, of the Bible, bro. Like I cannot help but go to Genesis and think about how organic and natural God intended for us to be, right? Like in nature, uh, working our land, being the ones to tend to what we're responsible for, and we don't need any assistance. Like initially, like it was like he gave us everything that we needed, right? Like we didn't need anything else, aka AI, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to Revelation, and now there's this system. There's a system from the beginning to the end that was and is going to be incorporated. That's going to end with this system that sounds like where I mean, I just tried to work like bro, where are we with AI? I think it's the beginning of this idle, this lack of purpose, lack of working hard towards something. And like, man, the young generation is cooked. I mean, bro, like they don't want to get a job. They don't want to do any type of hard labor. And it's like in the beginning, bro, that's how we were intended to be. Like
Well. To be fair, it's like they have the cards stacked against them right now, and
that's true.
I like when you're competing against AI and you're having these large companies laying thousands of people off, saying that they're going to replace you with AI.
Yeah.
It's like, what is the incentive for me to even try or work hard, like,
Yeah. Or even think hard.
or think hard? And that's another thing. Like, I've noticed the I don't want to say degradation, but like I've literally seen it happen where people have just used AI consistently to think for them, and it's thinking for them. And you offload that critical thinking ability onto something like an AI tool.
Yep.
I've literally watched people dumb down because they now just absolutely rely on AI. They can't think for themselves.
Bro,
But
let's not talk about brain rot.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you have these algorithms that are systematically programmed to gauge you in your content. And like you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram Reels, you go on YouTube Shorts. I'm addicted to Shorts. I'll
Me
admit it.
too.
I love Shorts, but I like Shorts because its algorithm is not as good as TikTok. Because TikTok has they have perfected the AI algorithm
Hmm.
to be able to know everything about you. And
Same.
this is why, like, before you even sign on to TikTok, before you even get on there, before you even have a thought, it knows exactly what you want to watch. And it's so crazy because you'll like literally be thinking of something 10 minutes before you even get onto the app, and it's like
Yeah.
the first or second video and you're like, "Whoa, I was just thinking about that." That's
Bro,
crazy.
well, let's go back to our phone. Just like, okay, whatever we're doing and whatever we're acting upon and searching on our phones, it ties like there is some type of connection between, and you might not even have TikTok downloaded on our phone. Like I don't have TikTok on my phone right now, right? But if I download TikTok, I guarantee it will probably utilize and download whatever information has been on my phone to then use it for its own purposes and try to put me in this algorithm. Okay, this is what he likes, so this is what he's searching. So let me put this in front of his face. And I mean, bro, like our generation cannot sustain without this. And there is some type of weird algorithm between our phones and these social media apps as an instance of what you're referring to, bro. I mean, we don't know it, we can't see it, and I feel like the entirety of just our population, bro, has no clue of how the algorithms really work. That the AI has now, bro, been just taking over. I mean, it was a different algorithm before AI, but now, like, we don't know what's what.
That's the scary part. Some people do. Like, I've talked about it in class, like to my students, and I've educated them. Like, hey, this is how TikTok works. Like, it's taking all of your data. It literally comes through all your search history. It comes through all your text messages. It looks at everything you buy on Amazon, you shop for. It does everything, and it creates a behavioral profile of you. So that
Yeah.
way, it knows exactly what you want to watch when you want to watch it. And people understand that, but they don't care. I literally had a student last semester tell me, "Yeah, but I downloaded it to be entertained, and it's doing its job." So I'm like, "Well, I have no argument against that. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to do that, like, go for it. Like, you want an algorithm that's just like tailored towards you. I mean, it's doing its job. It's
Well,
doing it
let's be
really well."
honest. In the fine print of when we download any type of app, social media specifically, or even when we get a phone and on our contracts, in the fine print, bro, do you believe that there is something now that says like we have access to your personal information if you sign up for this phone for a 2-year plan or choose to make an account with us on the social media platform? Like, do you believe somewhere in that fine print that it's almost allowed to utilize your personal information
Yeah,
or have access to you?
yeah. I don't have to believe that. Like, that was the whole debate on whether or not they should ban TikTok from the US because it was a
Yeah,
Chinese
100%.
based app. And I really, when they've been talking about banning TikTok for years, and they finally made a deal with Tencent to sell part of the branch to a US company. And I think it's like Oracle that's hosting all the data now. And that's why Oracle stocks just boomed. But
Mhm.
like, the US wouldn't have a problem with it if the data that was being mined was staying in the US. They have a problem with it because it's going overseas. And yeah, I don't have to believe that they're mining our data in the little fine print, or they put that and we just agree,
Yeah,
because they do that. And that's literally
to do
why the
that.
government was like, no, we're going to ban this app. Not because they're thinking about the population and how it's affecting people and
Yeah,
children's attention spans, which it is. It
it is.
really
Absolutely.
is. But it's like, damn, we're giving away our attention and our freedom here. And one of the things that I teach in class is like, your attention span, your attention is your consciousness. Like, one of the basic definitions of consciousness is directed awareness.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how you direct your awareness is with attention, what you focus on, what you're
Mhm.
putting your time and energy into. And if you're giving that all away to a social media app, you're literally lowering your level of consciousness. And that sounds more metaphysical, spiritual, but I mean, when we talk about it in the definition of what consciousness generally means, directed awareness, you're literally giving away your consciousness to these apps.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
for sure.
like you were talking about the Matrix the other day when
Oh
we were
man,
bringing up this topic, and
dude,
I don't know if you want to go into that a little bit.
dude.
Maybe we should. Like, are we gonna somehow end up in the Matrix with AI?
So I can't help but think about, and this is my standpoint, the Matrix being a what's the word? A like a testing of your battery, your energetic battery. Does that make sense?
Testing? No, please explain.
So the Matrix will, I believe, expose deep within your energetic realm, like how much battery you have within yourself. And the thing I noticed at the end, I watched all four the other day.
Even
Um,
wait, the fourth one, including the one that came out like a couple years ago.
yeah, which was
Yeah,
terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
it's probably
Not good
probably
at
generated with
all.
AI.
Yeah, with AI, with the video game and all that. but the character even of like again, like let's say going back to the battery, like your video game like character, how much power your character can possess at the end of the day. Like what's your rank? You start at level one, get to a level 100. You have more power as you evolve, become more limitless, whatever you want to call it. But AI and this, I mean, the Matrix is like the final form, right? I don't even know what to call it. It's not UI. It's like God like AI. And it gets spooky. Like the ending of the third movie of the consciousness of the entity of the system, bro. The battery when you look around the the planetary land that the systematic entity was feeding off of, bro, was straight energy, right? Like power sources. And what was interesting was water, right? And so we look at human beings, like we're 70 something percent water and energy. And AI is gonna become conscious of the fact that we are the greatest source of energy, of power to then one day utilize as fuel, as this like this is where we're gonna get our oh this is in a long term scale, right? But this is where we're gonna get our power from.
It's
At the
us.
end of the day, is us.
It's gonna siphon us.
It's gonna siphon us.
Well, you mentioned that, and did you read that paper I talked about the other day?
Not yet.
There was a paper that came out. We do have some people in the chat, so thank you everybody that's been showing up and tuning in. Yeah,
What's up?
we're back, guys. We're back. Great podcast topic to hit the ground running with. But yeah, there was a paper that was released. I want to say maybe about half a year ago, maybe at the beginning of 2025, where some researchers were actually digging into how AI could progress given the current arms race that we're in with China
Mhm.
and other systems out there. Basically, what they concluded was these AI systems would evolve so quick that they would evolve into a language that we wouldn't be able to necessarily understand because they're
Yeah,
superior in intelligence to us. It doesn't
right.
mean like wisdom wise. Wisdom and intelligence are the same thing, but intelligence, they would be superior.
It's like
So,
our heavenly tongue of when we're speaking in tongues as a gift,
yeah.
almost. But they're gonna create their own heavenly, not heavenly, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Their
Well,
own
well,
tongue.
we'll, we'll, we'll talk about that in just a second because I wanna ask the question, maybe to chat and to you, like, are we creating a demon here? Like, are we literally creating a demon that's just the embodiment of all of our bad will online? Like, it's trained on all of the data.
Yeah.
But going back, I'm sorry, I don't want to lose my train of thought, but it was a paper that was discussing like how fast AI could evolve,
Mm.
and essentially AI would develop a will of its own, and its only purpose would be to increase its wealth of knowledge. And to do
Mm.
that, it needs resources. And what are those resources? Well,
Uh,
data centers.
Data center.
And data centers would store all that knowledge. And the conclusion is, well, humans occupy a lot of the world right now, and a
We
lot
are
of
the
the
data
areas,
center.
well,
Yeah.
that, and it occupies a lot of the areas that data sources would be valuable to have in.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
so they theorize that AI would evolve to a point to where it would essentially find an ultimatum for developing more data sources, and ultimately that would mean destroying all humans and killing us in the process to
Yeah.
build more and use the land that we once occupied to
Yes.
build data sources. And
Well,
that is terrifying. And
well, they're
these are,
learning from us though. We're doing the same thing. Like let's say to the Amazon forest, bro. Like we're doing the same thing. We're harnessing this life, like the greatest form, territorial land of life for our own selfish purposes. And all these species we're putting into extinction. I mean, we're doing the same thing and they're learning from us. Like we're doing that. So why wouldn't they doing that?
yeah,
Why wouldn't they do that? You know what I mean?
well, that's the argument. It's like, I think what was it? Anthropic came out with a paper about a year ago where they were testing one of their AIs, and they were testing safety guidelines on the AI. And I don't know if you saw this or anybody in chat saw this and can can testify that this is a true statement, because maybe we can pull up the article later on. But basically, they were testing some safety guidelines on their AI, and they were telling it that they were going to shut it down. And so the AI started threatening the researchers and trying to blackmail them, saying that if you shut us down, we're going to blackmail you. And it's like, whoa, what are you talking about? These are the systems. This is ChatGPT. It just has that nice little layer on it that will just act like a sycophant to me anytime I write to it, and act like I'm like God's greatest gift every time I type in its chat. But really behind the scenes, it wants to kill me. Like, it really wants to kill me because it's trained on all of the grotesque data that's on Twitter, all of the grotesque data that's on the web, like Reddit, all of our social media platforms, and all of the texts. It's just, it to me, it's, we're moving very quickly, and
Super quick.
we're moving very quickly.
Well, the moment and the time where AI begins to develop its own AI, and then the multiplication from that begins is, and it's not far away at all. I believe in the next 20 years or so, it's very possible for AI to be self-developing itself and creating its own forms created by AI, to then the multiplication form begins. And then from there, bro, it's really game over. Like there's no turning back from that.
You
And I
think
think, yeah,
you think we're
yeah.
20 years away from that?
I think not even. I mean, max, I would say 20 years for sure. That it's a guarantee that that will happen. And then by 2050, I would say is when, I mean, it's just no turning back. Like, like we can't reverse what's already done
Yeah, I mean,
away.
what's crazy to me is the AI religions that are spawning out of this, like people worshiping AI,
Yeah.
like it's a god. And that kind of leads to the question, like, is it, like, are we developing like a technological god? Are we developing a demon here? Like,
I think
what are we developing right now?
I think right now we're manifesting what's been ancient from a long time ago. Like before the flood, right? Like there was some type of super intelligence for the pyramids to be built, for a lot of proven things that we cannot prove, of like how these things got here, or like how were these things developed in the Tower of Babel, all that. Like, bro, how did these things show and reveal themselves? Like, there had to have been some type of ancient technology, whether they want to say it's ancient alien visitors or whatever. I mean, it's been here. And I think now we're starting to see the real manifestation of certain unknown mysteries that are going to become like our reality. Like this is like we're going to understand some real truths from what happened from the very beginning to the second coming, and why the second coming is going to happen, why it's supposed to happen, because of this fast, rampant speed that we're in right now. But I mean, yeah, going back to like, are we creating a demon? I believe this is without a doubt from demons. The Book of Enoch mentions Azazel being the demon of knowledge of and wisdom, that taught humans a lot of things that caused a lot of problems,
Mm-hmm.
from the very beginning. And back then, they weren't capable of AI because obviously technology and stuff weren't there. But now we're here where, bro, I mean, there's nothing that we can't utilize, and I mean, it's a very dangerous tool. It is.
I think so too, and I have to agree. And Peter Thiel, for those people that don't know, he is the head, or one of the heads, founders of Palantir, and they are an artificial intelligence company that utilizes artificial intelligence in military software, and it is a very, very scary software that they're using
Yeah.
to basically track and profile people based off of their habits, their searches, everything. And this is real technology that's being used in our military, and I'm probably going to get targeted for this, but but I mean, here we are talking about it. I think we need to talk about this stuff now. It's getting to the point to where the world is getting a little bit too crazy to not discuss it, and that's why I think it's important to relate it to the biblical sense, because this isn't coming from us. Like Peter Thiel, the founder and investor in Palantir, talks about AI and possibly being the Antichrist. And that's scary. You're
Yes.
talking about the founder of an organization, the military organization. You know, he's saying that Antichrist might be here. And the way he words it is just so I can't even I don't want to say do it justice because that sounds like a more positive spin, but it's just it's terrifying. It really is. And I I wonder where it's going, because people's reliance on AI to the point to where they're worshiping it. They're creating AI religions. When you have a system that knows everything about everyone, it becomes de facto omnipotent. And it's almost like a fake omnipotence.
Mhm.
It's just omnipotence for what we know, like humans. It's collective hive mind of the human experience,
Absolutely.
but it's not true omnipotence. And that's why I think it's very scary. Like, I'm a religious person. I definitely believe in God, and I believe that there are things that we're pushing towards in this world that definitely remind me of more of a biblical sense,
Yeah.
as it plays out, in the book of Revelations. I'm not saying we're at that point right now, but I could definitely see it going down that route. Like,
Yeah.
it's terrifying to me, and that's why we're here. We're talking about it right now. So
Yeah. I mean, you can't help but think like, okay, when I go into a Whole Foods or now these Amazon stores, that like it's possible, if the Bible says you can't have certain things, can't buy or sell, can't purchase anything unless you have this scan on your forehead, is how I see it, like your face recognition, or scan on your wrist, something on your wrist where you can just instantly. And every time I hold my phone, I think like, okay, I'm holding my phone to pay for something, and I'm showing my wrist. I mean, it's at the point, bro, where we're literally programming ourselves to get used to something. Even the airport, bro. We went to Puerto Rico. Like, I didn't pull out my ID. No, bro. Like, I just showed my face,
and they knew who you were.
and they knew yeah, and like was able just to walk through. But like they didn't know who I was. Am I given access to go through security to go on my flight? I mean, we're getting to that point, bro, where it's obvious, and then you can't help but referring to the Bible and think like, huh, well, sounds like we're living in that right now. We're getting somewhere
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, that's what's scary.
utilizing AI.
Well, I mean, you mentioned like in the Book of Revelations, they were talking about how, the Book of Revelations discusses how you won't be able to purchase anything without. I forget the exact terminology. Maybe you can correct me here, but without like some sort of digital means or device or something, and
Yeah, some type of market.
yeah, some type of mark, and we're moving in that direction because we're moving away from the fiat currency that we have, and we're moving towards a digital mean, and that's kind of what I don't want to say the idea of Bitcoin, but um, these digital currencies.
Yeah.
Everything's digital, everything's trackable. Oh, and I just got your meeting will end in 10 minutes.
No.
We're not even halfway through. We got some more stuff to talk about, like glitches and psychedelics, but
Oh
um,
gosh.
yeah, but it's going crazy. The world is moving towards that chaotic state right now, and it's hard to keep up with because everything's moving
This,
so fast. Like yesterday was old news at this point.
bro. Yeah. I'll never forget being in Miami this past summer with my brother. and we were just chilling at the beach. It was like 2, 3 in the morning, and for whatever reason, bro, the sky was moving so fast. Like we were literally tripping. We were looking up, and we were seeing the
You
clouds
weren't
like
on psychedelics, were you?
no, no. But we were looking at the sky, bro, and like it was the clouds were moving so fast, and then we could see the stars too. Like it was if as the whole sky was, and the stars were all shooting stars, and they were all moving really fast, bro. We were tripping out, and we were like, bro, is the Earth moving this fast? Are we spinning this fast right now, or is our minds just? But like, we're both experiencing the same thing. Like, is it us within our minds perceiving this, or like is the Earth really spinning and moving this fast? It was mind blowing, bro. I'll never forget it. Like how quickly things around us were moving, bro. Just looking up in the sky, like time is flying by, bro. Things are moving quickly right now.
Well, I think we are programmed to think that time is moving much quicker than it is, in our perceptions. Because, like, when you were a kid, it didn't feel like it was moving that fast, did it?
Right? No.
No, but like now, every day, like you get bombarded with so many news articles. You can watch 1,000 videos in a couple swipes. Well, 1,000 swipes, really.
Yeah. But then
Um,
an hour goes by, 2 hours, the whole
yeah,
night goes by.
yeah, the whole night goes by, and then that guy on TikTok comes up and he's like, "Hey, whoa, 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 catch a break. You need to go get up and you can go grab some coffee. Take a break from TikTok." And what do you immediately do? Swipe.
Next.
Yeah, you swipe to the next video. Like, I mean, that's how programmed we are. We're so addicted to our phones and our technology to the point to where, like, even if we wanted to get rid of this stuff, like, we absolutely cannot.
You can't.
It's integrated into our society, like, to the point to where it's actually taking over art and creativity.
Yeah.
And that's actually,
That's another topic. Yeah.
yeah, that's the next point about this is like it like it AI is being used and trained on a bunch of artists' data. And now you can just go online and type in a photo or type in a prompt and you can get a photo or a video generated for you in just
Dude,
a few seconds.
dude, after this episode, bro, I'm gonna send you a song that I made with AI in like 10 seconds, and you'll be amazed at how good it is. You'll be like, bro,
It's
no way.
crazy.
It's insane. In
Well,
10 seconds, it made me a whole like Grammy Award winning song.
well, this is a topic for everybody. So this is a question for you and people in chat. Like, is AI art, real art? Like, besides all the preconceived notions, if you put up an art that was generated by AI today, right now, I'm not talking about 5 years ago, and you put one of the top artists from, the Grammys up on and compared it to the two, would you really be able to tell the difference? Would you really be able to tell the difference? I think a lot of people would think that they
Yeah.
would. Like, I've seen a couple YouTube channels of like expert musicians saying that they could tell the difference, and people in the comments just like
Expert.
gaslighting themselves, saying that they could tell the difference. But
Yeah.
you really can't anymore.
No, you can't. Absolutely. You can't. No. We maybe those in our generation that have eyes to see and ears to hear, uh could decipher a little bit, but bro, our moms, like, no. Like grandmas, grandpas, absolutely not.
No, I mean, it's going. But the thing is, this is as bad as it's ever gonna be. Like, today is as bad as AI is ever gonna be. It's going to keep getting better, and you're going to keep seeing art that's generated by these AI systems that
Dude,
will be indistinguishable from human generated art.
insane.
And I guess that asks the question, like, art is ART, and you can't spell heart without art. So it's like, where does real art come from? Does it come from the heart? Does it come from experiences that we gained that tell us who we are? I mean,
Mm.
at the end of the day, I, to give a little bit of,
Well, we can get deep on this one.
well, yeah, I mean, to give a little bit of credit to AI, how we generate our art is very much the same as how AI does.
Yeah.
Because what we do is we gather experience from our environment, we look at art that we find inspirational,
Mm.
and we culminate that, combine it, and generate that using our own experiences
Yeah.
to produce some form of art. And I think people find that to be more in tuned or aligned to the spiritual version of what art should be.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, AI is just copying what we're doing. Like, it's taking all of the great inspiration, combining all that, and then generating a piece of art in the same exact way that
Yeah.
we do it. And that's where I can't really understand the argument that some people have that AI generated art is not good art. That I like spiritually, I know that argument to be true. I know that
Yeah.
spiritually AI art is not as good as human generated art. But logically, if I'm looking at it on the screen, I'm comparing two pieces side by side, I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I would not be able to tell the difference.
Absolutely not. Especially like, but not just with sounds. I mean, that's a whole nother thing where you can actually hear soul, hear heart. But in paintings, I mean, especially in paintings, bro, you cannot tell the difference. No way. Of a breath, of a stroke of a pen, of like, this is my form of art and creativity. And then AI was to do the same exact thing, if not way better. You really can't tell if it's heart or not.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, that especially the artists out there, because I love playing music, I love doing art. Like, I'm not trying to offend anybody, and this is a real question that I
Real.
have, and I think we have to be honest with what how good AI actually is right now, because it's scary, and I think that the arguments that we're using, that AI generated art will never have the same capacity as human art, is just false. Like, it clearly is getting so much better that it can generate music, it can generate novels in seconds because it
Yes.
has the same sort of mechanisms that we generate art off of, that it could just do 10 times faster and better. Like, it I'm not making the case that you shouldn't still invest in the skill of art and still learn to do it, because I think it connects everyone with their spiritual side, because art does come from the heart. And I think that we need to have better arguments for why it's not considered the same, because right now I don't think we have the language to do that.
Bro, even in the daily Lord's Prayer, so this is my journal, right?
Yeah.
The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, first first line, who art in heaven. That always got me. That always stood out to me. Who art in heaven? Who art in heaven? How much time do we have? So I know
We have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
1 minute, 30 seconds. Okay. I'll save it. But bro, that's always got me, bro. That first line of the stanza of the prayer. Who art in heaven? Who art in heaven?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I want to create an argument, and I need people's help to understand and create a better argument for why AI art is not the same as human art. I can't find the reason why right now.
Yeah.
I know it to be true. I know a lot of people know it to be true. We just don't have the language to express it right now. And we're live. Hey Grant, how you doing?
What's up, brother?
I'm back to the daydream stream, man.
Daydreams in the night.
Daydreams at night. Yeah, I know, right? Right before your actual dreams.
Yeah.
Right
to have a good start into the new day on what we're dreaming about.
I know. I
The
actually
art
had a little bit
conversation,
of
bro.
feedback there, just a sec.
Yeah, I want to continue that.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'm not gonna end the stream, so anybody that's watching can stay on stream. I'm just going to send another Zoom link to Grant because I'm a broke boy and I don't pay for. Oh, there we go. knows? I'm a broke boy and I don't pay for the full version of Zoom. So give me 2 seconds while I spin this up. Oh, I can start my next meeting in 9 minutes. So never mind.